this video, I have a saying about giving a rat's ass that's kind of funny. That how can you give a rat's ass? The ass of the rat isn't yours to give, so let the rat keep his ass. Or you can pick up a rat and hand him to somebody else ass first, and yes, you're giving a rat's ass. And if the other person wants to accept the rat ass first, to give a rat's ass, you're sort of offering up the rat's ass, and it's up to the other person if he wants to accept. So I'll have another saying too, that in some certain things, that if a rat's ass should really be offered or even given about a particular subject. So that's what I say about tolerance to a certain thing. You can say sometimes you give a shit. There's some and I also have a thing where I say there's certain aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck. It's not that I don't give a shit or give a fuck. It's there's some aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck that I don't give a shit or a fuck about. And at any given time, when and where should a rat's ass be given, or a fuck be given, or a shit be given, or even offered? You know what I mean? Alright, what's up, yins? Guys, time for another video. And for some reason, just now, I was about to start this video and press the button. No, I gotta do. If I wanted to, I can't do it. Right now, believe it or not, the automatic thing comes on that you motion to start the recording by itself on this camera phone. If I wanted to do it, I could never do it. It just does it on its own, and right now, I'm just going along with it. I know, me still being that amazed about such technology. I'm just saying, okay, I'm not living under a rock. I just never used that feature, and lately on this new camera phone, all I have to do is do a certain gesture the right way unknowingly, and the thing starts recording. That's a good thing. But anyway, okay, on with the video. Yeah, yins, guys, time for another video. And this commenter, not saying he's saying anything wrong, he commented before, but like I have this rule, every certain comments give me the excuse to talk about a certain subject matter, which I been meaning to get around to talking about. Anyway, in this particular one, I don't usually talk about it in text, except well, I've done it in text in making sarcastic comments on channels, but I usually don't do videos talking about this because everybody talks about this shit, and yet people are that ignorant. And this is a question for you about this subject matter. Are people really that stupid, or are they just ignorant? They have this need to believe, or this need to conveniently lump every single person together who doesn't drink their Kool-Aid, right? Okay, that's what it's about. Yeah, the Maga thing. I mean, I know they're still around, and that's an old topic, but quite frankly, nothing wrong with Maga, but I think I would be an embarrassment to them. And I've told people, I preached to people before in videos, not to insult any of these other YouTubers that I look at, but I'm categorizing myself as long hair and bald, and there's another dude with long hair, and he's not as bald and younger, who also has certain ideals that they'll try to say Maga, but don't look Maga, you know what I mean? I'm trying to say in this, trying not to laugh because people are that stupid. Just because you don't subscribe to somebody's belief or kiss their ass, right? I know these like diehard fanatical leftists out there, in their eyes, anybody that doesn't even know they exist, who just the common Joe or Jane walking down the street minding their own business, if they don't give them attention, just living their lives minding their own business, they're Maga too. It's a convenient way to just lump everybody together and associate them with the same boogeyman. Maga is their boogeyman. And Maga, to me, I'm trying to say it, since I made a long-winded text to this person explaining it. And when I do that, that means I have enough to say it in a video, so here I am. But anyway, a Maga hat, what it really is a uniform attire of a particular political thing, right? and it's uniform in a way because it's an obvious like uniform that anybody can see. And when you don't actually wear that attire, you're actually secretly in cahoots with it. But what my point is, people want to believe, and they actually like to see the red MAGA hat, even though they hate it, but they like it in a sense. They like to see it because you know why? My argument, it is an obvious uniform or attire that they can see. Then that way, if they can see it and see an actual uniform or attire, some kind of attire, it makes it easy for them to try to cry for legislation for. That's why, even though they hate it, they want to see everybody in the attire, in a uniform, even though it offends them. But if you have some other kind of opinion, or if you're a common Joe or Jane minding their own business, they have this need to believe it's easier, more convenient, you know what I'm saying, to lump everybody together in the same boogeyman, when it actually really, it offends and scares the hell out of them that there's people out there not wearing any particular attire that they can't see. They really don't want to believe that. I mean, they know it's out there. My thing is, it's not MAGA they have to worry about. Trust me. I mean, yeah, trust me on that. If MAGA is the thing they're worried about, that is very petty compared to what's out there defying them right now, intellectually, what they can't see. Definitely not even MAGA they have to worry about. But anyway, my question to you, if you got this far rambling in this video, are they really that stupid? And like I'm saying, it's a willful, convenient lumping together of people. Are they really that stupid? Or is it a convenient desire to lump people together? Or, yeah, maybe they are that stupid, or do they actually in their own heart know there's other people out there besides MAGA? Yeah, don't want to be repetitive, but it's a convenient way to... I mean, what makes it really stupid is just to think that everybody out there that don't kiss their ass and don't worship their communist daddy is MAGA. That's just as stupid as back when I was younger, talking about the religious fanatics that I was saying that everybody that had long hair should be stripped of their job and belongings, and confiscated and thrown in a cage because they have long hair or money or anything. You know, those kind of people that I regard as a dinosaur now. When I was a teenager, them religious fanatics, not knocking Christians, but their belief that everybody being MAGA is just as bad as the religious fanatics that some of us complained about, which, like I said, in my opinion, those are a dinosaur now, those old church ladies. You know, he has long hair, he must be on marijuana. He don't really have a real job. His job must be a cover for a marijuana operation. But anyway, those people want to get too sidetracked and get carried away making fun of them. Anyway, my thing is that they're saying that every single damn buddy is MAGA that doesn't worship their communist daddy or suck up to their ideals. That's just as bad as the old Christian fanatic idealism, that just because you don't interpret the Bible their way and attend, say, their church and subscribe to all their stuff, that you must worship the devil or something. Or that's just as bad as everybody who just lives their life and minds their own business, right? And doesn't care about anybody else's affectional preferences, or if they're gay or not. They're too busy living their lives. That, you know, those kind of, yeah, that's just as dumb as anybody that doesn't kiss the ass of those people. If you're a common Joe minding your own business and doesn't really care, then you're assumed to be a homophobe or transphobe just because you walk down the street minding your own business. That's another kind of ignorance, yeah. Okay, the leftists that say you're MAGA, yeah. Not only you're presumed to be MAGA, you don't go out of your way and take any time out of your personal life to coddle anybody who identifies as another gender or has another affectional preference other than heterosexual. Oh, you don't take time out of your personal life to coddle them. If you just have this attitude, well, if you're a consenting adult, hey, I'm too busy living my life. Hey, I have my life and I have my life and you have yours. Oh, you don't coddle them. Oh, you're a phobe. You're some kind of transphobe or homophobe that wants to see them dead or whatever the hell. Yeah, that's another presumption. Yeah, so they don't just say you're MAGA, that you're that. You're every single boogeyman they want you to believe, you know what I mean? And you don't regard anybody else's ideal as superior. I mean, what I'm saying is, whether they say this about you or not, MAGA, you don't wear the hat, it's just a convenient presumption. Yeah, one of the list of convenient presumptions, and they would prefer to see the obvious uniform or attire, so they can point the finger out and cry for a new government or communist daddy to legislate against you or whatever. But the ones that don't have no such attire that they can just lump you together, ones they can't see, that's the ones that are really that they in a sense they're worried about. But they're worried about MAGA, and they think everybody who doesn't wear the attire is MAGA. But it isn't MAGA they have to worry about at all. I mean, there's just a fact. That, I'm just trying not to laugh here, you know what I mean? Yeah, the list can go on the line. You don't subscribe to somebody's belief or drink their Kool-Aid, and you're automatically... Or I can go on, you know, not saying all Christians are bad, but there's a YouTube Christian people. You don't subscribe to their way, and you do anything that's... Even if you don't call it yoga, you do something that looks like yoga, or any strength that comes from the core, you must be... worshiping some kind of demonic beings simply because they're ignorant and lazy. I talked about those people if you got this far in this video, right? And the leftists, I don't think they'd like to fight with those people too, but if you're a more athletic Christian, you know, of course, that doesn't do anything yoga that stretches or anything, they'll say you're a right-wing extremist. But yet you can be an athletic, you can be an athletic Christian that doesn't bother anybody, decent ideals, athletic, lift weights, and you can be called a right-wing extremist. And then that same athletic Christian can be disliked by these goofy YouTube Christians that are physically and intellectually lazy. And then so you got the skinny, weak Christian. I don't know what you want to call them, regressive conservative, and then you got the regressive liberal. You know what I mean? So in both of these, the fanatical right or fanatical left, you're some kind of extremist or cultist or something. Yeah, whether it's like I said, my thing is there's the political left and right has a divide. Yeah, I mean, I can prove it, prove my argument is true from day one. Like I said, a little extra information for you there, but you can lean right on some things, but also a part of the more extreme right is that boss that you can be on the right as much as you want, but the boss that's also has political right ideals that talks down to you. If you get smart with him, then you can be a right-wing extremist at his convenience because you got smart with him.
And he'll call you a right-wing extremist, even though he leans right, as a smokescreen for his shit. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh, you can be on the left too, and say, well, I care about the poor. I lean left and I care about the poor and everything, but I don't approve of sticking up for and funding all these lowlifes out there, every single lowlife on the street, and give money to every lowlife. And you can be in a left, and oh, you must not be with us. You mustn't be on the right. So you get that shit too. Everybody got their thing, yeah. Just because you maybe you have the right, you have this thing about supporting a right to bear arms, and right to bear arms doesn't just involve guns either. But oh, you're automatically a conservative. Hey, I believe in a right to bear arms and a right to bear other kind of things that you don't need really a firearm, you know. But do I look like a fucking conservative to you? I've said that to people, really. Not that I'm against some better Christians, but I'd be like, yeah, you guys, really. Do I look like a fucking conservative to you, even though I believe in some right to bear arms? And it doesn't have to be firearms, too. But, yeah, I can go on and on about that. I mean, got some of the most ridiculous of presumptions there is about people. Yeah, when the Maga hat wasn't around. Yeah, I don't even have to tell you and bore you to death about the shit people were saying before people were wearing Maga hats. Do I really have to go on and tell you the shit people were saying? You know, shit people already. Yeah, I could make a whole long ass video about a bunch of shit we already know. You know what I mean? Yeah, people on both sides with their cheap shots. They're reinventing the wheel so many times over on that one now, aren't they? Yeah. A lot of stand-up comedian material there, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, the right to bear arms thing, yeah, before I end this video. Yeah, the right to bear arms, though, too. Yeah, the left actually believes you're some kind of right-wing extremist or something if you believe if anybody other than Mr. King of the Streets, drug daddy, should have guns. Yeah. Yeah, the left is famous for that one. Yeah. Yeah, anybody other than Mr. King of the Streets, drug daddy, wants to have a gun, then they're an extremist. Yeah, and after all, you know what I mean? The lowlifes that they defend on the streets shouldn't have to point a gun at you and rob you. I mean, you should give them everything because they're entitled, right? Let them come in your house, or just let them stop you on the street. And, yeah, and they also believe, though, too, yeah, even though I think there's a few police that are assholes, you know what I mean? I had my story, but yeah, these people on the left, they want to do away with the police so they can have Mr. King of the Streets, drug daddy and his pals, replace the police and do the same brutality against their people who oppose them as same brutality and then some. The same shit they accuse the police of. Oh, no, they want to be able to... It's only wrong when the police do it, right? You should be able to do away with the police, and anybody who opposes and you get beat up or shot by the enforcing class that they want to put on the street, you know, Mr. King of the Streets, drug daddy, you break a taboo or you oppose or look at them the wrong way and you get beat up or shot, oh, it's, you must have brought it on yourself. You must have did something wrong, right? Yeah, Mr. King of the Streets, drug daddy, and whoever they want as the enforcing class to replace the police with, oh, yeah, they stop you on the street or whatever, or threaten to beat you up or whatever. That's for your own good. You know what? That new King of the Streets rule or mob rule or whatever, we want that for a greater good. And if you're opposed to it and you get beat up, you brought that all on yourself. Yeah, I'm being maybe a little overly sarcastic, right? You know what I mean? But, stick up. Yeah, I figure I might as well get a few extra sarcasms in there. What the hell? You know what I mean? But,